Hello everybody, this is Mike from MBoxWave.com, and I just got into a long position on the Emini S&P 500 this morning, and it's actually quite an interesting situation. I've been tracking the effect of the coronavirus and its impact on the markets. And typically when there's news or bad news or fear, there's a lot of panic. And I started looking at the charts, and I noticed definitely areas, say, of panic selling. And when I began to draw lines on the chart this morning, I noticed some very interesting things, and how I came to seeing this setup in relation to the price levels I had drawn. So I'll just get into it. I got into a position around here. We had a double signal, plus we had two buy imbalances here. So I'm going to go over that, but I wanted to zoom out first and show what I had drawn previously. If we go back to Friday, this is Friday, and then right here Sunday, when the markets opened, we had this collapse. This was due to coronavirus news and it getting spreading and accelerating, and so there's a lot of panic selling going on. And yesterday I took a trade, and this was in the yesterday's video. Let's see if we can get there. Yesterday I took a trade right here when I was talking about this failed selling and this failed supply right here. We had an effort, no result, and then we had a price shoots up very quickly right here, and I exited around here, this line that I drew as a previous resistance level. But at that time, what I didn't realize as well when I began to look at the charts more closely today was that this blue level right here was actually the low on Sunday after the panic selling right here. So when we came here, did all this panic selling, price crash, but that's not the real value of the markets, right? I mean, we were making higher highs, and markets had been going up for a while last year, and whenever there's panic selling, we had this big price drop. It only seems natural that that's not the real value and price has to go up. So what I did is, from yesterday's low here, and I took a trade around here, I drew this line. And if we fast forward here, if we fast forward further, we can see that after all this panic selling, it reached this low of here. And when the markets open today, here, we're not even near anywhere that we're not even near anywhere close to the low of all that panic selling. Okay, plus when we were here, look at all that cumulative supply at the end of the day, and I noticed this, and this is going to be our effort and no result. Because we had a lot more selling, compared to here and here and here to here, but no new low. This is right here. This is not a new low. So so that's what it's really telling me is, despite the news and the coronavirus, is that all that negativity and all that selling, and here we see all this, climactic selling, is really an effort, no result, as we cannot sustain these low prices. The markets were bullish for quite some time, and it's only natural for the markets to want to go back up again. So this blue line here, that was the low of the panic selling from the Sunday. And when the markets open today and we see just how far we are away from this low, started seeing some bullishness. We can see that the and the cumulative demand exceeds the previous day. So actually we're seeing bullishness. And then let me extend that just a tad right there. All right. And then I saw, and this is very interesting. We have all this selling here. Look at this. We have this huge price move down, but it doesn't look like that much selling. And this wasn't clear to me initially what's going on until I saw these higher highs here, higher lows, the double signal, and the buy imbalances. All right, plus 10 buy imbalance, plus 74 buy imbalance, double signal here, bam. Then it became clear that actually this looks like accumulation, because initially if you compare this box and this box, it looks like this spent more volume than this, and you could say this is effort, no result, but we have to remember that price came down to this panic low level and actually didn't get so much supply, and now we're seeing nothing but demand. And we have this buy imbalance plus 10 plus 74, plus we're seeing high demand here, 222 plus 215, and the cumulative delta is picking up. We also see M pace picking up here. That's the pace of offers. So when I saw that and compared to these price levels and this panic low, and price started going up, this looked quite bullish to me, And if we compare where our panic low was, ultimate panic low, the blue line is Sunday's panic low. The ultimate panic low was this red line here, and it didn't gather any more supply here. So that okay, this looks like good opportunity. So what I did is, looks like we're making money now. We're almost 3,000 up. All right, so I entered the trade. Here's my stop right here, this red line, and my profit line I set all the way up here. I don't really know where to set it. There's no good comparison here because after the the panic selling, there's no really good level of, if we zoom out, there's no really good level of resistance here. So I thought, well, okay, if it went overboard and we sold down to this level, I'll just take this distance between this and the blue line, which was the panic low of Sunday, and just make my take profit an equal distance. So if price went down all the way here, once it gets bullish, why not go up here? It's sort of intuitive judgment, it's being able to look at the chart and sort of intuitively judge what's going on. That's all I'm doing here, and then seeing what happens. But I know that the panic selling is not is temporary, because the markets were higher, so it's only natural that the markets for the markets to return to their levels. That's what markets like to do. Anyway, so right now I'll put the record on pause and come back when we see something more. Okay, so we're back, and market has progressed. We're in profits. I also entered second position here after I saw this Stooges buy signal. Let me write that down. Also, I also was trying to annotate the chart because I didn't have enough time. To do it while I was talking, so I wanted to do that to show the full analysis of what I saw. And looks like we might be hitting it soon. Oh wow, look at that, look at this. We saw some even more demand come in the MBox Delta right here. Right here and here. This is all demand. Because we don't need those arrows. About a tick away, I guess. Something. It's always that moment right before you hit your goal and you're in anticipation and you're waiting for that so you can just let go and relax. There it is. Okay, so we're done. So that's $7,375 for the day. I wanted to go over again, since when I was talking I didn't draw everything up on the chart, but essentially, when the day began, we saw these higher highs here, these buy imbalances, and these higher lows, the higher highs. So we knew that this was not really looking like effort nor result. This looks like accumulation. We had a big pace of bids. Here it is. But where's the supply? There's no follow through on the supply here. So actually this is, a failure. And at the same time, we see the pace of offers pick up. We see the cumulative buying expanding. And we had this triple algo signal. We had a Stooges buy, a pullback buy, and a 74 plus 74 buy imbalance, which means there was more buying on this down movement than selling, just like there was more buying on this down wave of plus 10 than selling. So all that really looked like a bullish picture, and also considering that it was happening at this line right here, this blue line, which was the low of the panic selling right here. This is the low, Sunday low of the panic selling due to the coronavirus. And when I compared to the previous day, we hit our price low here. Then we had effort and a result because there was no new low. So this was all artificial. This was all panic. And then we came back to today. Today it looked like, after I saw this right here, it looked like things were bullish, and it needed to turn back around from all that panic selling and negativity. And then when there was that second Stooges, I got in again, and that just added a little bit more to the profits. Set my stop under here. I also raised that stop. Maybe I didn't say it. The other one here. What else? Also in the cumulative delta, there was no supply here, right? So even though we had all the selling here, initially the picture becomes clear after this right here, that this is all buying and accumulation, and then we can confirm that this is also no supply. So that worked out nicely, and I guess that's an example of how news can affect the markets. But if the news is negative, you know, there should be an opportunity when you can get back in, and you know, prices need to return to where they were. It's like holding a inflatable balloon underwater. It's got to come back up. So that's the theory behind it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope that was helpful, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye.